Your life is a journey to remember everything you already know. You know everything. At birth you forget everything. And in life you will remember everything. And then you reach the real self that you are before you started this journey. That's the all-knowing, all-pervading wisdom and love that you really are. No more birth needed. You reached the self. Be blessed. You know the story of Plato, that these people living in a cave, and behind them is the entrance of the cave with light. And they have their backs turned to the light. The only thing they see is their own shadow on the wall. And sometimes when things pass the cave outside, they see the movements on the wall of the cave what they are looking at. And that's their only thing they see. That's their life. And we actually are living still in the same way. We live in sort of a cave of our mind, because the light that we are shines through our mind on our world before on us. And we think that world is real. The only thing that we see is the shadow of our mind moving in that world, but we don't see the real light we are. It's very important to realize how we perceive this world we are in. You live in England. You go to bed in England, you sleep and you dream in England. And your dream is about a vacation in the South Pacific Islands. When you are in your dream in the Pacific Islands, you hear the sound of the sea, you smell the coconuts on the trees, you hear the voices of the people there. You cannot understand, but you hear it, so you perceive everything in that dream in the Pacific Islands. But in the meantime, you are in your bed in England. You are home. So it's the consciousness in the dream that says, I'm in the Pacific, but you are in the dream in your bed. Both of the perceiving sounds and what you are dreaming of is not in that place where you are dreaming of. What you hear and see is really, for you, the sound of the waves of that Pacific island and the smell of the flowers and the fruit. You feel it, you sense it, you hear it, you smell it, but you are not there. So how is it possible that you perceive it when you are not there? You are in your bed in England somewhere, or in your house. So you should, as a matter of fact, you should be perceiving the sounds of maybe a door in the house and the neighbors, or a dog barking, or your own snoring. That's the sounds that you perceive in your bed, in your place where you live. No, you don't perceive that, you don't hear it, you are feeling and hearing the sounds of that island where you are not. Well, it's all about what your consciousness is perceiving. You are not at that island, so you cannot smell the fruit and the trees and the Pacific waves of the ocean. You cannot hear it, the salt, you cannot smell it. You are not there. but you smell it. You don't hear the door of the neighbors in your room because you are asleep, and the dog barking in the street where you live. Although it's there, you don't perceive it. What's the matter? Where you are not, you feel it and you perceive it and you taste it. And where you are unaware of that. That means there is nothing else in you than your consciousness. Only consciousness is alive. It is the consciousness that tells you, and it brings you to the wrong idea that you are on an island. Although you feel you are there, you can even feel the cool water of the ocean on your warm feet. You want to be there, it's so nice. And when you are at home and there's another time the door of the neighbors making noise and the dog barking that wakes you up, you don't like that. But both of the two ways that you conceive and perceive the things around you, both are not real. Because you are not on the island, and although you think you are in this bed, you are not in that bed. It's only your consciousness that is at that place, not at the same time. That conscious can only be on a place on one time. It's or in the island, in the dream, or it's when you wake up in your house in where you are, where you live. But both the consciousness is giving you wrong ideas. In a matter of fact, you are beyond those places, beyond that island where you dream of, and beyond the bed where you dream in. There is your own stay, your own awareness. So that's what's fooling you. Your consciousness fools you, and you believe it, and you long for the good things that it makes you believe. You believe the good things, and you don't want the bad things, the less nice things. So that the conscious makes you divide your own world. Because you are neither on that island nor in that house. That's only all in the one same dream of consciousness. Consciousness is not one, it is blah 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 blah. All kinds of sorts of consciousnesses in your head. Your mind is everywhere, but not at the same time. It's always then there, then there. So that makes you, who am I? And what you really are is, I always point at a higher level, but it's really, you are above your own self. You are the one seeing it. And that does never change. What you see changes all the time. In a dream there, and then in another dream there. And that's all in consciousness. But you are aware. You are awareness, and it has nothing to do, it is not touched by what you perceive in your dream world. And the daily life is also your dream world. It changes all the time. It changes from waking to sleeping, from sleeping to dreaming, from dreaming to waking up, from waking up to one thing and not one thing, and that's all in the same chaos of the mind. So don't believe your own what you perceive. It's only there to point you to your reality, and not that you want this and you want that. You don't want to see this, you don't want. That's not about it. Then that's ego. You want a good life and not the bad life has to go away. But both lives are dream. You are aware. Free of all that. And now you can enjoy anything. whether it's a rainy day and you want to go home, or you feel hot and you like to go and swim. It's all in the same dream. But the dream says this and that and this and that. It makes you go here, go there, go here. That's your dream world, and you think that's real? You know the story of the cave of Plato? Plato had this story of people. They live in a cave, and the light is at the entrance of the cave is the light, and the light shines on them, and they cannot turn around to see the light. They only see what is before them on the wall of the cave. And sometimes outside there are things passing by, and then the people in the cave see on the shadow of the wall, they see those movements, and they think that is their world. The only thing that they do is sit and watch the shadow on the wall. And that's what we do. We never came out of our cave. We only see the shadow of the real awareness, which is light that shines on all the happenings in our mind, which we think is real. And that's the only thing we know, the things that our mind tells us, that our consciousness makes us believe. And that's our life. That's what we see. An island in the sun, and a bed with noise of the neighbors, and all things. I just gave 2 examples, but everything that we perceive is dream. Turn around, go out of that cave, and don't be afraid of that light, because that's the most blissful being. It's your own real self. You are that light shining on your own shadow. Don't look at the shadow anymore. It's a story. Plato was very wise. But we all live in our cave, and time to come out. Be happy, be what you really are. Be your reality. You are that. So why not? You can always go on dreaming, but notice that you are the reality, the light.